Well, as Ukraine marks 1 year since Russia invaded the country, President Joe Biden responding after Russia pulls out of the nuclear arms treaty. Now, this comes as Moscow continues and announces its nuclear arsenal expansion. Here's ABC's Lindsay Watts with more.
Mr. President, thank you.
In an exclusive interview with ABC World News anchor David Muir, President Biden seeking to ease fears that Russia is preparing to use nuclear weapons. It comes after Russian President Putin announced Russia will suspend participation in the only remaining nuclear arms treaty with the U.S.
What's your message to Putin on that?
It's a big mistake to do that, not very responsible. But I don't read into that he's thinking of using nuclear weapons or anything like that.
The nuclear agreement implements caps on the number of nuclear weapons deployed by both the U.S. and Russia, and also allows for inspections of nuclear sites. Putin says he's temporarily suspending participation due to U.S. support for Ukraine following Russia's brutal invasion almost 1 year ago.
Does it concern you when he says something like this, and are we less safe?
Well, look, I think we're less safe when we walk away from arms control agreements that are very much in both parties' interest and the world's interest. But I've not seen anything, we've not seen anything where there's a change in his posture and what they're doing.
That interview happening in Warsaw as Biden wrapped up his historic trip to Eastern Europe. The president vowing to defend NATO countries from Putin's aggression and pledging continued support for Ukraine during a surprise visit to Kyiv. Putin, meanwhile, is touting Russia's expanding nuclear arsenal in a new address. He's claiming the country's most advanced long-range missile, reportedly capable of carrying 12 nuclear warheads, will go on combat duty later this year. And despite that big talk from Putin, we know that Russia carried out a test of an intercontinental missile before Biden's trip to Eastern Europe. According to U.S. officials, they believe the test was a failure. Lindsay Watts, ABC News, Washington.